Yo, what is going on, Jets Nation? It's your boy, Richie, and today we're going to be talking about the keys to victory against the New York Giants because it is game week, ladies and gentlemen. It is Giants week. MetLife Stadium Bowl, the Subway Series of football, whatever you want to call it. This is a big-time game for the New York Jets for a lot of different reasons, whether it's the in-state, in-city rivalry against the New York Giants. If you guys tune in to WFAN and New York Radio Sports, you know that this is a big rivalry between these two teams. And outside of the rivalry, folks, it's a kind of a big game for these New York Jets coming off a bye. There's a lot of narratives, a lot of people talking about, well, Robert Saleh's not that good coming off the bye. His team comes out flat in the bye. So this is big. This is absolutely big. It's the first game this season, by the way, that the New York Jets are favored. Favored, right? We are favorites in this game. And right away, my instinct is, we're favorites? I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. I kind of prefer to be the underdogs. But hey, it's a good thing because the Jets are finally playing teams they're supposed to beat. And it also shows you that this Jets team is being respected across Vegas. Now, this is a good opportunity as well for the New York Jets to get over 500 since week one, right? We were 1-0, and then after that 1-0 start, we lose 3 straight, and then now we're on a 2-game winning streak, and guess what? We can win 3 straight. So if the Jets want to string together a win streak, now's the time to do that. And I have a lot of keys to victory I want to break down in this live show. So whether you guys are watching this live or you're watching it on replay, it would mean a lot to me, guys, if you can simply smash that thumbs up button on your way into the show. Would really appreciate it. And also, your boy's inching this close to 20,000 subscribers on Jets Media, which is absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to be doing a 20,000 subscriber celebration live show whenever that does happen, whether it's this week, after the Giants game, I'm not too sure. But guys, subscribe if you're not already. Appreciate all the support as always. Shout out to everybody tuning into the chat. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. This is going to be good, man. Dakota says block, Zach, Brees, tight ends, Garrett Wilson, special teams, defense. There's the keys to victory. Let's go. Sean's not worried about the Giants. Carlos says, I can't wait for Sunday. Most of my family are Giants fans. I'm the lonely Jets fan. Can't wait to shut them up. Oh, yeah, Carlos. This is the time to shut up the family, friends who are Giants fans. 4-3 time. JT's in the chat. Let's go. All I want to know is Joe Timmett okay? I'd have to assume he's going to be out in this game, but I don't know anything. That's just me predicting that. Daniel. Hey, what's up? Let's effing go. You know it. Bryce Huff breakout game on the way. I'd say he's had his breakout game every game so far. You know what I mean? I mean, if we want to see a breakout game, like a 2 or 3 sacker with a strip sack or something like that, I can get around that, Ricky. I can definitely get around that. Harlan's already subscribed and already hit the like button. Thank you so much. Just score more than the other guys. I mean, that's it, folks. It's that simple, right? We don't need to worry about any other factors, any other keys to victory. My cursor broke it down. NY cursor, rather. Score more points than the other team, and the Jets will win. All right, guys, that's your keys to victory. We're going to wrap things up. Just kidding. But in the reality, let's start it off, man. Let's start it off. First of all, these New York Giants are playing a lot better football, okay? Jets fans and the Jets should not take this Giants team lightly. Just because we are the favorites does not mean it's going to be an easy game, right? They should have beat the Buffalo Bills 2 weeks ago. And they beat the Washington Commanders last week, and their defense is the part of their team that kind of concerns me. Wink Martindale is a very seasoned defensive coordinator, and what makes him is he loves the defensive blitzes. He is probably the most blitzed defensive coordinator in the NFL. I'm pretty sure it's like over 40% of the time on defense they send the blitz. And this is a guy that likes to confuse the quarterbacks with different blitz packages, cloud the line of scrimmage, show zero blitz, drop back in coverage, send the house. I mean, it's going to be a long day for the Jets offense, and their defense is actually playing at a high clip. Kayvon Thibodeau is having a breakout in year number 2. Leonard Williams, who we know very well, is having a good season. Dexter Lawrence is a stud on the inside. They got the rookie out there, Banks at corner, who's playing really good. So their defense for the New York Giants is playing very good football. But the offense is the thing where I'm a little up in the air about with these Giants, right? Tyrod Taylor, is he going to play in this game? Or is it going to be Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones is having a terrible season so far, and ever since Tyrod Taylor subbed in for him, the Giants look better. So I don't know what Brian Daboll and the Giants coaching staff are going to do. We don't know what quarterback we're going up against just yet, but that's something we have to keep in mind and look forward to see which quarterback the Jets are playing. So let's get into the Giants defense and how the Jets offense has to match up against them for the keys to victory. Here it is. First key to victory, the Giants blitz-heavy defense. How do they counteract that? Well, Zach Wilson's got to get rid of the ball fast, early, often, right? When the Giants show a 7-man blitz and they send the house, it's up to Zach Wilson to get rid of the ball fast. And it's also up to the wide receiver like a Garrett Wilson or Alan Lazard or Conklin to get open fast. And that has to be the game plan. Do not hold the ball too long. That will ridicule this offense. That will really hinder this offense going out there and scoring a lot of points. When you have to go up against a defense like this that tries to confuse you, you got to get rid of the ball early and often. Also, let's do to the Giants what every other offense does to the Jets. How about little slip screen passes out to Breece Hall and Tyler Conklin? A little screen to tight ends, to running backs, get them open in space. Another thing I want to see this Jets offense to do is this. You see how the San Francisco 49ers uses Christian McCaffrey? The New York Jets got to do the same thing with Breece Hall. And what I mean by that is you give Breece Hall the ball in every single way possible. You don't just rely on him to get the ball, handing the ball off to him. And the Jets are doing this, by the way. I'm not saying they're not. They did it against the Eagles. Breece Hall, I think it had like 5 receptions for over 50 yards. But we need more Breece in the receiving game. We need to get Breece Hall the ball in open space, whether it's a little slip screen out to the right side, running an angle route, setting up a design, plays for Breece Hall that's not just relying on through the ground. So I think that Breece Hall, to me, is the X factor, is the key to the entire Jets offense, because when you get Breece Hall as a weapon cooking and you can give him opportunities to go the house multiple times, move the sticks, get an efficient offense that has a lot of rhythm, this Jets offense is going to be hard to defend. And the issue with the Jets offense, we all know, is they can't capitalize in the red zone. So the Jets have been able to move the ball. They've been able to get into the red zone, but now how do they figure out ways to get into the end zone? Now, Robert Saleh had something very interesting to say in his press conference yesterday. He believes against the Broncos, and when he was talking about the red zone issues, he said against the Broncos, he blames more the coaches of the offense. Play calling wasn't the best, which I happen to agree about a lot against the Broncos. The Eagles game wasn't so much coaching, it was more execution. And if you go watch the film, he has a point. The offensive coaching staff play calling was very aggressive against the Eagles in the red zone. They were passing the ball in first and second down, but there were some, offensive line issues, penalties, back-breaking penalties, Alan Lazard crack block. There was one opportunity that Zach Wilson missed C.J. Uzomah wide open in the end zone. So he's hopeful that after the coaching mishap in the red zone against the Broncos, the players' mishap against the Eagles, that those two issues can finally be resolved and come together this week against the Giants and score touchdowns. It's that kind of simple if you break it down in that way. So I think that this is one of those games where the Jets, absolutely no excuse. I don't care how good the Giants defense has been playing these past 2 weeks. You got to score touchdowns, minimum of 2 offensive touchdowns, and give me some field goals, and we can go win this freaking game on offense, okay? So that's really what it comes down to for me. The key to the offense against this blitz-heavy Giants defense is definitely going to get rid of the ball fast, use the screens to your advantage, get the ball into Breece Hall's hands early and often. Make sure he is the focal point of this offense. And then do not be shy to air it out deep to Garrett Wilson and give him his high volume targets that he deserves. I mean, Garrett Wilson's coming off a very good game against the Eagles. And I think that if they feature Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson as the 1-2 guys, then it's going to be a very, very good time for this Jets offense. Don't forget to involve Tyler Conklin. He's really coming of his own. Really, really love to see what Tyler Conklin has been doing so far this season for the New York Jets. But if they can establish a run game and just be smart with the ball and not turn it over and be aggressive in the red zone, I like the Jets' chances against this Giants defense. Now, again, the Giants defense is playing great, okay? The Giants defense is playing great, and we have to give them the respect that they deserve. We can't go into this game and think that it's going to be the same Giants that lost 40-0 to Dallas, that looked incompetent, this game and that game. That was earlier in their season. This NFL season is long, It's a week-by-week league. And again, they are a good team, the Giants, okay? They are a better team than I think some people give them credit for. Now, I want to ask you guys in the chat this question. What quarterback would you prefer to verse? Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor? You know what my answer is? Don't care. Okay? I don't care. Either way, the Jets have to win this game. And on defense, I don't care who the Jets are going up against at the quarterback position. Whether it's Tyrod Taylor, whether it's Daniel Jones, the New York Jets defense cannot allow either of those quarterbacks to have a good game. Okay? Because you talk about Jalen Hurts, Mahomes, Josh Allen having those off games against the Jets defense. Well, we cannot allow a quarterback of Tyrod Taylor's nature or even Daniel Jones' nature to have a good game. The Jets have a streak of not giving up 300 passing yards. It goes back to last season. I think the last game the Jets gave up 300 passing yards on defense was to Joe Burrow and the Bengals in week 3 last season. Okay? So at the end of the day, I don't care if it's Tyrod Taylor. I don't care if it's Daniel Jones. This defense has what it takes to do what they got to do. The only weapon on offense for the Giants that scares me is Saquon Barkley. Okay? Saquon Barkley is the guy that the Jets have to hone in on. Stop the run. Do not allow the screen passes because Saquon Barkley is a weapon that you got to game plan against, similar to Breece Hall. He can get the ball in the backfield. He can get the ball, any way possible. You saw the touchdown he had against the Commanders. They got to be able to contain him and force the Giants into turnovers. The New York Jets are at the top of the league in takeaways, and that's how we've been winning games. And I think that if we can win the turnover battle, the Jets will be doing their job. But at the end of the day, I think we can all agree, can the Jets finally put together a game where we win with force? We have a lead to protect. We win comfortably. Every game that we won has been a nail-biter. Every single game the Jets have won has been a nail-biter. Week 1 against the Bills, overtime win. Week 5 against the Denver Broncos came down to a strip sack for the win. Eagles came down to a pick returned, and then we need to stop them on defense for the win, right? Is there any chance that the Jets can actually get a 10-point lead and protect it for the season, for the game, and win comfortably? I don't know what else to say. But the reality is, folks, defensively speaking, for these New York Jets going against that Giants offense, whether it's Tyrod or whether it's Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley is the Giants offense. And when he's returned to the offense, their offense has been a lot different. Okay? Without Saquon Barkley, that Giants offense is terrible. Okay? And I'll say that with conviction, in my opinion. Now, there's another weapon who's been starting to come along on the Giants is Darren Waller. Darren Waller is a guy who had a touchdown last week, and he's someone that scares me more when Tyrod Taylor's in the game. Tyrod Taylor's a seasoned vet that knows where the ball needs to go. So I think that if the Jets can hone in on Saquon Barkley, pressure the quarterback consistently, and force them into turnovers, I like the way that this Jets team matches up against the Giants. Because the reality is the Jets are the better team. The Jets are the more talented team. And, when it comes to the coaching staff, you could give the edge to the Giants just because Brian Daboll won Coach of the Year last year. But when it comes to coaching this season, the Jets have the edge. Last season, the Giants proved to have a really good coaching staff with Brian Daboll. So the Jets have a lot of things in their favor. But this is the NFL, folks. Any game is winnable for either party. We just saw the Vikings beat the Niners last night. We just saw, the Jets beat the Eagles last week. I mean, we saw a lot of different things. The Patriots beat the Bills. The NFL's crazy. Anything can happen. Just because the Jets are favored does not mean it's going to be a walk in the park, folks. So we have to make sure that the New York Jets go into this game with the mindset of going out there and playing with conviction and winning this game. Because if the Jets win this game and get to 4-3, things are going to be looking very interesting within the AFC East division. I'm not even talking wild card anymore. I am not. And I know it's got to go game by game. But, folks, the AFC East is open. And I don't care what anybody has to tell me in the chat about that, okay? Because the Jets, half a game behind the Bills. The Jets, 1.5 games back from the Dolphins. And the Jets have not versed the Dolphins yet, okay? So if anybody thinks me saying that the AFC East is not open for grabs, you're lying to yourself. It's so early in the season. There's so much football left to be played. Anything can happen within the AFC East. Okay? And the reality is, the fact that the Jets have not versed the Dolphins yet gives me a lot more confidence in this division, the way it looks. Now, we have to go game week by week. I totally get that, but it's not over, okay? Anything can happen. The Jets being only a game and a half back from first place in the division after getting through the worst part of the schedule, especially after seeing what the Miami Dolphins look like against a winning team. I mean, can we just speak it how it is? Can we speak it how it is? The Miami Dolphins have played 7 games this year. They versed 5 terrible teams. They versed 2 good teams. The New York Jets beat both teams the Dolphins could not. I'll say it how it is. I'll say it how it is. And that's what it comes down to for me, folks. That's what it comes down to for me. Now, can the Dolphins go out there and beat the Chiefs in 2 weeks and prove everybody wrong? Yeah. That would be great for the Dolphins. It's a week-by-week league. It's not guaranteed the Dolphins are going to lose every single one of those games. But the reality still stands that the AFC East is up for grabs, and it's up to the Jets to take advantage of this. Win the games you're supposed to win. Win the games you're supposed to win. Zach Wilson. Let's get into Zachy boy. All right? Zachary Wilson. This is his chance to really take his step. We've seen slow increment of improvements from Zach Wilson, taking care of the football, way more accurate with the ball. Fundamentals are looking clean, showing signs of a good quarterback. But there's another level to his game that we need to see him take, and that is executing in the red zone and scoring touchdowns. The one thing that Aaron Rodgers is so good at was he was a red zone master. You get the ball in the red zone, Aaron Rodgers is going to make magic happen. He's going to score touchdowns, okay? That's what Aaron Rodgers does. Zach needs to figure out ways to do that. And I think they're this close, folks. They're this close. It's not like the Jets get into the red zone and it's just 3 straight dud of a plays. They get into the red zone and just for whatever reason, holding penalty, crack block penalty, it's just self-inflicting wounds. If those just get cleaned up, bro, this offense is going to start clicking. And when they do start clicking in the red zone, this Jets football team can beat anybody. And they proved that. This close to beating the Chiefs, and you beat the Eagles. Those 2 teams are the best teams in the NFL. Both at 6-1, both in the Super Bowl last year. Don't want to hear from anybody. Okay, oh, well, the Jets can't win. They have to rely on 4 turnovers a game. Is your defense forcing 4 turnovers a game? Since when is that a bad thing? Last year, it was like the Jets can't force any turnovers. The defense is overrated. Now, we're winning games because our defense is getting the takeaways. It's not sustainable. I mean, how many times did we hear about that Bills win? Jets only won because Josh Allen gave it to them. 4 turnovers, right? 4 turnovers. That's a fluke. Okay, cool. Well, how about Eagles? 4 turnovers. Sounds like a consistent trend, not a fluke. You can't rely on forcing so many turnovers and winning you a bunch of games. Well, it's working. So keep the yapping. Keep the yapping. So the Jets, again, hasn't been perfect this season. 3-3 at this point. The only convincing L that we took this season was against the Dallas Cowboys. That Patriots game still stings. That Chiefs game still stings because the Jets honestly had a big chance to win that game against the Chiefs in Zach Wilson's big moment. But of course, we're not going to get into that game because it's going to stress me the hell out. But the reality is, folks, the New York Jets got to take advantage of it, bro. Come on now. Let's do it. NY Cursor says, okay, let's hit the brakes a bit. If your defense gets 4 turnovers, you should win by 21 at least. Yes, we should. You're 100% right. We are lucky to come away with that win, but that shows you how good that defense is to force these turnovers, not against subpar teams, but against very, very good opponents. So the reality is, if the Jets defense is able to do this and the Jets offense is finally going to be able to click in the red zone, you are right. We should be blowing teams out. It's that simple. It's that simple. Giants playing good. It's going to be a good game Sunday. Yes, the New York Giants are playing great football, right? It was a sloppy win against the Commanders, but it was a good win, and the defense for the Giants is playing better. So it's not going to be an easy game. You saw what they did in Buffalo as well. Come on now. Come on, King Lowski. You already know the vibes. Let's go. Richie, every week you get stressed out at the coin toss. I need you to stay positive this week. Hey, I stay positive, but you can't if I get so stressed out. I just love this team too much. I can't handle it. It's always about the other quarterback, never about the Jets defense. No respect for us. Bro, 110%. All I heard about that Bills win, that the Jets beating the Bills. Oh, Josh Allen, he gave you guys that game. Okay. What about Jalen Hurts? Oh, Jalen Hurts, he gave you guys that game. You're right. It's not just like the Jets defense has anything to do with those turnovers. Sure. Let's keep that narrative the way it is. Can't wait to get my Brees Lightning hoodie. JT, I saw you order that. Let's go. Folks, if you guys don't know this, we do have some merch available on the AFC's Roundtable shop. And my personal favorite merch is the Brees Lightning merch. If you guys want to check it out, I'll show you guys it. This is what JT is referring to. Here is the merch. If you guys want to get it, I can link it. Let me know if you guys want to check it out. We got the hoodie, and we also have a t-shirt, which is more affordable as well. This is what JT is referring to. It's pretty fucking fire, if you ask me. But, hey, that's just me. We got Feed Brees shirts. We got some Jets defense shirts as well. Brees Lightning t-shirt. Come on now. Come on now. I'll put this link in the chat for you guys to check it out. If, in case you're wondering, I know that my man JT is excited for it. Let's do it. Jets merch. And we're going to be adding a lot to it as well. I just linked it in the chat, guys, if you are interested in checking that out. Just in case you're interested in checking it out. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We got 45 likes with 120 of you guys watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, baby. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate that. Let's go. Jets about to go on a tear and run the East. Come on now. Let's keep it a secret. They don't know. Come on now. I go around the country for work. Average fans know the Jets defense is nasty. They trash Zach, though. Well, from the national perspective, Zach hasn't proved anything outside of that Sunday night game against the Chiefs. So for Zach to get the national praise, he's got to really step it up more often than not, 110%. Why can't the offense use speed, short passes, and yak for a more balanced attack? Good point. I think that the Jets, another element to the offense that I think that is going to start happening, folks, is going to be the addition, well, not the addition, but using Xavier Gibson more in the offense. I think that's an element to the offense that could be utilized in the slot, the gadget plays, the end arounds. You got to get Gibson the ball, man. He's a fun talent that the Jets got to use. Got to cop the t-shirt. That's the name of my fantasy squad. That's sick. I love that. Cop the shirt. Jets merch linked in the chat right now, folks. We got a lot of things. We got an F. Sean Payton shirt, a little outdated. But we got a Jets media shirt as well if you are interested in this. I mean, we're adding a lot of cool things. We are adding a lot of cool things on the site. Feed Brees as well. But my favorite is definitely the Brees Lightning. I mean, the Brees Lightning hoodies. Come on now. Too fresh. Too fresh. Brees. Guys, I also got my Brees Hall Legacy jersey. Ooh! I got the big edition too. The Fuse Limited jersey. Oh my God, it's so fresh. It's so fresh. It's ridiculous. Did you have a heart attack when Brees tweeted about his ACL? I did not. I did not. I read that, and I read it fully, and I'm like, okay, Brees, why you have to scare us like that? But it didn't scare me that much. Use Jason Brownlee. We love them in training camp. Let's see how it translates to games. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that too. But it's going to be hard to get him active with Irvin Charles active now with special teams reasons. Hey, Jason Brownlee, you never know. Aaron and Eli Manning catch before the game. Aaron better win that. I'm a Dolphin fan. Have eyes on the Jets. Ooh. You see this? Dolphins fans know it. We're coming. You don't got that big of a lead at first place. Only a game and a half. You better not lose to the Patriots. Woo-hoo. If the Dolphins lose to the Patriots and the Jets beat the Giants, all of a sudden, the Jets half a game back from first place. Just saying. Just saying. Who the Bills got this week? Oh, yeah, they play Thursday. They play Thursday night against the Bucs. Let's go, Bucs! Baker Mayfield! Come on, baby! Did you hear the Aaron's interview? Yes, I was watching last night. Remember hearing about Vic Fangio all summer long. Oh my gosh. That will be, of course I did. Did we just get a sale? We just got a sale. Who purchased the shirt? Brees Lightning, Isaac. Let's go, Isaac. We got Isaac purchasing a white Brees Hall t-shirt. I appreciate you, Isaac. Thank you so much, man. When you get the t-shirt, guys, anybody, there he is, Isaac, appreciate you. Any of you guys that purchase merch, if you guys could do me a huge favor, when you get it, tweet it out to me, a picture of you wearing it or something. Tweet it out, tag me on Twitter, post it on Instagram, whatever it is. I'll show you guys the one that Isaac just ordered. Isaac actually got the white Brees Lightning. This is what Isaac just purchased. It's pretty fire. Pretty fire. Shout out to you, Isaac. Appreciate you supporting the brand. Can we end the Cobb experiment already? We need more Gibson. Yeah, they kind of, and I know people are going to yell at me again, but Randall Cobb and Xavier Gibson plays different positions. What do you mean, Richie? They're both wide receivers. There's different like subcategories within the wide receiver room. Gibson's a slot, right? Let's get him out there on the field, in the slot, run option routes, run slants over the middle of the field, get him in really good situations. I agree. Let's get Gibson the ball, 110%. Zach says, Richie, for Zach to perform at his best and for Rodgers to come back, we need protection. I don't think put Rodgers behind this offensive line. You're 100% right. And the sad part about it is the injuries. And there's no excuse for the injuries, right? Every team suffers them. But it just stinks from a Jets perspective where we have so much talent and so much potential and so much upside on the offensive line, and we just can't see it happen because of the injuries, right? Hopefully Joe Tippmann's good to go. AVT being down for the season is so massive, but the left side of the offensive line, guys, is looking really good. The concern for the offensive line is the right side. Center, left guard, left tackle, they're playing good football. The right guard and right tackle up in the air with all the injuries. Yeah, Glenn, we actually beat a good team. That's the difference. We didn't just beat the Panthers like the Dolphins do. We beat good teams. You see the difference there, Glenn? We didn't just win one game. We beat a team you couldn't. And we watched the Dolphins lose and the Bills lose and seeing it. And hey, first of all, I'm not saying, don't twist my words saying that we are winning the division. But there needs to be a conversation about the AFC East being open for grabs. And if you can't admit that, Glenn, if you think the Dolphins are just cruising and you're guaranteed an AFC East title for the Dolphins, I don't know. That sounds a little unrealistic to me. Sounds a little unrealistic to me. But that's the reason for it. If the Dolphins beat the Eagles, we'll have a different conversation. Be like, wow, okay, Dolphins prove they can win against good teams. They are 6-1, convincing in first place. But that's not the case, bro. It's not the case. And the Jets versus the Dolphins twice still. Hello? That has a lot of implications about what I'm feeling right now, okay? That's a lot of implications of what I'm feeling. And by the way, this is the NFL. Everything changes week by week, okay? Next week we can be talking a completely different tune. The Dolphins could beat the Pats. The Jets can lose to the Giants, and everything's flipped on its head. Vice versa can happen, right? That's the thing about the NFL. It's a beautiful sport for this reason. Jets are about to make a move towards the AFC East. Beware. Dude, while the Bills are trending downwards, the Jets are trending upwards. Bro, the Bills are an interesting conversation. They really are. I'm curious to see how that Thursday night game looks. Very curious to see how it's all going to work for the Buffalo Bills because they are an interesting team to talk about. Very interesting team to talk about. Division games are the hardest of them all. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Let's go. Let's go. I love that. I think Chad Pennington was the last quarterback to win the division for the Dolphins and the Jets. That's sad. Very sad. Seeing a fourth straight bad offensive showing would be hilarious. Bro, that would be crazy if that happens for the Bills. How can the Dolphins win the AFC East? They haven't beaten a team above 500. Well, you got to give the Dolphins credit where they do beat teams they're supposed to beat. That's what good teams do, right? If the Dolphins lost a couple of those games, they wouldn't be in this situation to begin with. And not every single game on their calendar for the rest of the year is against good teams. So the Dolphins did their job so far this year. I mean, 5-2 is a great record, right? But there's just not something that, first of all, and also, I'm sure Dolphins fans agree, they want to win the Super Bowl. And what do you got to do to win a Super Bowl? You got to go to the playoffs and beat good teams. And I don't know, this might sound like a biased Jets fan, but I like how the New York Jets stack up against good teams, okay? I like the way they do it. Why? Because we have a defense. That's how you do it. A team like the Jets in today's league knows how to beat good teams because we have a defense. When you rely on offense to win your games, and you have to go on the road in a tough playoff atmosphere, that's different. That's different. I'd rather be a team that beats good teams than a team that just beats up on bad teams that can't play up to their competition. Because what does that tell me? If the Jets can squeak into the playoffs, anything can happen. The Dolphins squeak into the playoffs, no playoff wins in how many years? For a reason. They don't play good in the moment when they have to. And they haven't proved it yet. If they prove it this season, they will. Congratulations. Defense wins Super Bowls. Defense wins championships. And don't get it twisted, folks. This season in particular has been that. This season has not been an offensive barrage. Every game you look around, it's like all defense, low scoring, gritty, turnovers, sloppiness. That's the philosophy of the Jets brand of football, which is in our favor. Love it. Absolutely love it. Can you put take advantage of the defensive coordinator wink out blink packages? Yes, 110%. I think that the blink packages are, dude. Zach Wilson's got to be able to get rid of the ball fast. Zach Wilson's got to get rid of the ball into screen passes, and they got to be able to run the football because the blitz packages do scare me. I'm not going to lie. They're going to crowd the line of scrimmage, and they do not want Zach to get killed back there. Okay, he's got to get rid of the ball fast. Come on now. This is going to be an exciting week, folks. This Thursday night is going to be a big, big test for the Bills. And the Dolphins coming off a loss, coming up against a deep, a big win for the Patriots. Oh, my God. Guys, if you're just tuning into the show, appreciate it if you guys could simply hit that thumbs up button for your boy. We greatly, greatly appreciate that. We got 69 likes. Nice. With 140 guys tuning in. Would appreciate if you could simply smash that like button, folks. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Not a Zach Wilson fan, but I think he's going to step it up for the next few weeks. Man, Zach Wilson has to step it up, man. He's playing good, but he's not playing good enough to help us really take a leap, right? If we want Zach to take a leap, now's the time. He got through a big part of the schedule against tough defenses. Now, the defense he's going up against is playing a lot better, so it's not like it's going to be any easier, but he has more experience under the Hackett system. The coaching staff has more experience. This is up to Zach Wilson right here. Richie, we need wide receiver help. Garrett Wilson misses any time. Who do we have? Conklin? Don't even say that, please. Use Brees more in the pass game. Zach needs more playmakers to make him better. He can't make others better right now. I think the Jets' playmakers around Zach Wilson is plentiful enough for him. I don't think that's any excuse. They're healthy right now. You got to get Brees the ball more often than not in the pass game. I agree. Let's start using Brees Hall like the 49ers use Christian McCaffrey. Okay, his ACL's healed. There's no more limitations on that guy. You give Brees Hall the ball, slip screen passes, angle routes, wheel routes, option routes, zone reads. I mean, you got to get Brees the ball. He's so good. The amount of touches that McCaffrey gets, you got to give that man, Brees, the same amount of touches. Kelly's in the chat. Let's go, Jets. What's up, Richie? Thanks for tuning in as always, Kelly. I appreciate that. Sunday, we go in Brees mode. Guys, get your Brees Hall merch. Come on now, Brees Lightning merch. Link is pinned in the chat. if you want your Brees Lightning merch. Let's go. Brees. That's what I'm singing this week. Brees. Brees. Come on, baby. Get your Brees Lightning merch. Yeah, baby. Oh, I'm excited. This could be the Brees game again. I have a good feeling. Absolutely love it. Dad Dean says, Richie, Dolphins fan, but want to give the Jets respect and enjoy your channel. Dad Dean, much respect to you, my friend. Every single fan base, including the Dolphins, is welcome here, and I respect the Dolphins fan base a lot. You guys are very passionate. I've grown to know you guys very well by now, so I appreciate you big time, man. Thanks for tuning in. Preserve Brees. Yeah, preserve Brees, but use Brees. Use him. He's on the team for a reason, folks. Richie, what's your take on Cousins in the end zone last night? What, that he couldn't score? I mean, what do you mean? I mean, what are we talking about? That he struggled in the red zone? I mean, they won the game. But what's the question about that? Big matchup for Garrett versus Banks. He needs to win that matchup definitely. Yes, he does. And I got confidence that he will. Banks has been playing very good football as a rookie, no doubt about it. He deserves some respect, Banks. But Garrett Wilson, man, he's hard to cover. And if they're going to do press coverage one-on-one with the single high safety help, it's up to Garrett Wilson to win those battles, man. And it's up to Zach to get him the ball. Dear Santa, 12 sacks, 2 Zach Wilson touchdowns, 2 Brees touchdowns, major Jets win. Whew. Definitely like Dolphins more than Bills and Patriots. Interesting coming from a Jets fan. I like that. Rodgers was torching their cover 0 in preseason. He'll show Zach. I hope so. Because it's true. The Jets in the preseason with Aaron Rodgers, they went down the field with just tore it up. So I really hope Zach is prepared. He's studying and understands that their blitz packages are going to be a little overwhelming. Zach's got to be prepared, man. These blitz packages that they show, that those blitzes were getting crazy on the Washington Commanders last week. And they even rattled Josh Allen. So it's going to be a tough game, bro. It really is. I think this is going to be probably a low score in like 21-17 type of game. I really do. Jets defense is top notch, and beating Eagles and Bills is very impressive. Jets or Dolphins for division is good. Yeah, I agree. I think it's between the Jets and the Dolphins. I really am so down on the Bills. I'm sorry. I would hope Hackett goes 2 to 3 tight ends formation to run and use play action against the Giants front. Know that they're going to crowd the line and release Brees. Yeah, I like this. I think that they got to get more play action bootlegs with the safety blanket in the flat in case there's a free rusher in Zach's face. I think that there's a lot of creative ways to simplify the game for Zach Wilson and just get rhythm. Get rhythm, man. Come on now. 28-6. I mean, it would be sick. I don't want to sound like this, but how sick would it be if the Jets actually blow the doors off of the Giants? Not likely, based off what the Giants have looked like, but bro, we need one of those wins this year. I don't care who it goes up against. Can we get a convincing, dominant win from the get-go? We're up by 2 scores and we don't look back. Is that too much to ask? Too much? Maybe? Kirk Cousins was awful in the red zone. He missed receivers wide open, way worse than Zach Wilson. I never wanted Kirk Cousins on the Jets. Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback than Zach Wilson, but I never wanted the Jets to trade for him the entire season. Every time Kirk Cousins' name got brought up to the Jets, I'm like, stop it. No. We beat Jets when Milano was playing. Giants barely scored on the Bills, and atrocious Mac Jones just lit up the Bills' double-digit win. I like this. I like this a lot. I think that this could be it. Guys, the way that we have a dominant win is if all 3 phases of the ball clicks at the same time. That's what we're missing. Can all 3 phases of the balls click at the same time? All content creators want Cousins, bro. But I don't. Just because the other content creators want him doesn't mean I do. And everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But I never made a video saying the Jets need to go get Kirk Cousins. I always said I'm against it, and I stand on that. I stand on it. I don't think it makes sense at all for the Jets. Never did. Even when it first got brought up, I'm like, bro, what? No, we're not doing that. Richie, hope Jets start strong and fast. We have not done well after bye weeks. This can be a trap game for the Jets. They play to the level of their opponent's thoughts. Yeah, I think that it's hard to say a trap game. The Jets are 3-3. We're only like 2 or 3 point favorites. And the Jets are expected to win. I get that. They play up to their opponents, and they can't play down to their opponents. So this is big, man, 100%. I want Zach Milson. Let's go. People ask why Zach hasn't lit up the competition. He just took on two Super Bowl teams, 2 playoff teams, 2 teams that hated the Jets and treated those games like playoff games. That's why. Good point. Great point. And the offense is also just relying on just playing turnover-free ball and relying on the defense a lot too. They wanted anyone but who we have. Facts. Just feed Brees. Come on now. Brees Lightning. Come on. Do you know what this season has proved me? And I don't want to say this because I don't want to bring up a sad truth, but the reality is, guess what? All the hype, all the narratives, all the expectations put on the Jets this offseason was correct. If the Jets had a healthy Aaron Rodgers, I'm sorry, but we are 5-1. We're 4-2. If Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback, all the hype regarding this Jets team would be proven correct. Can we agree on that? I know it's sad. I know it's a sad, sad truth. But that's the reality of the situation. If Aaron Rodgers was healthy, all the people saying the Jets are overhyped, overrated, all of them would be proven wrong. Because this Jets team, with the defense that they got, with the playmakers on offense that they got, with the special teams the way they're playing, Aaron Rodgers would be able to score touchdowns in the red zone. And we'd be like in the playoff race. We are in the playoff race now, but we'd definitely be better than 3-3. And I know that's a what-if scenario. I'm sorry to bring it up, but that's the reality. So if Zach can just take a slight leap forward, it would mean so much to this Jets team, bro. So much, Zach. It's not just on you. It's on the offensive line. It's on the coaching staff. It's on the playmakers. It's them as a collective that needs to hum. No back-breaking penalties. Score touchdowns. Punch it in, okay? Enough of this. Let's go. Let's freaking go, man. There's no one that can convince me otherwise. No one that could convince me otherwise. This is the season, folks. 'Tis the season. Might even be 6-0. That Dallas performance wouldn't exist. Hey, man, we can live in the what-if scenario, but it's true. Aaron Rodgers would have completely changed this season, and hey, maybe he's coming back. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. I'm not really hanging my hat on that, but we'll see. Richie, over or under JD adding 1 player before the deadline? 1! Over! I think the Jets are going to make another move. I really do. I don't know for who. I don't know for who, man. Did anyone else hear Charles Davis say the Jets defense is the best in the league on the pregame show? I don't see no lies. I don't see no lies. Guys, we're at 91 likes. Let's get this up to 100. It's Giants week, folks. It's Giants week. Let's manifest a dub by hitting that like button right now. Come on. I'm very confident Rodgers will be back this season. I could be setting myself up for disappointment, but I truly think he'll be back this season. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to set myself up for disappointment either, but it's possible. Definitely possible, folks. What's up, Richie? I'm in school right now. Hope you're having a good day. Let's go, Jets. Sean, thank you so much for tuning in from school. Make sure you focus in on your studies, though. Golden Robert with a $10 super chat. Big time. Round of applause and a JETS chat. Thank you so much for the generous $10 super chat, Golden Robert. He says, hey, Richie, my Jet Insider told me Joe T out a while with the thigh. When the Jets go 6-3, it will be Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. New York Giants trap game, same old Jets. Okay, so a lot to unpack here. When the Jets go 6-3, it will be Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Giants trap game, same old Jets. So I don't understand which side of the coin you're on here. You say when the Jets go 6-3, but then you say Giants trap game, same old Jets. So do you have the Jets beating the Giants or not? And yeah, I'm unfortunately expecting the worst of the news with Joe Tippmann. Definitely expecting not good news from that. Not expecting him to play this game. Definitely not. Wes Schweitzer will be playing. Thank you for the $10 super chat, man. Rich, are you calling this game? Yes, I will be calling the game. I'll be live on my channel for the Jets and the Giants game. And then I'll be live for the Jets-Chargers game Monday night. And then I'm actually going to Vegas for the Raiders-Jets game on Sunday night, in case you guys didn't know. Jets must red zone blitz. Yeah, I think the Jets, I'm not worried about their defense in this game. More worried about the offense. I would rather Aaron come back next year 1,000% healthy instead of like 80%. There's a lot of factors that goes into this. If the Jets are in a position to make the playoffs in December and he's like clear to play and a lot has to weigh in on how Zach looks, I mean, you're rolling with Aaron. At least I am. Unless Zach becomes a top quarterback, which I think we can all agree doesn't seem very likely to this moment. But hey, you never know. Put it all on green, Richie. You know what I will. What's good, D-Michi? Welcome to the show, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in right now. We got 96 likes. 4 more. Hit that thumbs up button, folks. We're doing the Giants week. Jets keys to victory versus the Giants show right now. This has been a crazy bye week. I mean, I love the bye week. I never thought I'd love the bye week this much before. The bye week is great. I love it. Is Jack going to be with me? I believe he will. Hi, Richie. I picked up Garrett Wilson for my fantasy like you told me. I had McLaurin. Go Wilson. Throw that rock. Yeah, Pat. That's the vibes I like to see. Go pick up Garrett Wilson in fantasy. Who will be the unlistenable announcers for this game? Not sure, honestly. Richie reaction, you know it. What up, Jason? Why no trades yet for the JETS? Expect the trades to come in after this week on that Tuesday. This is the first time I could say we completely won the bye week. 100% we won the bye week. What will it take for the defense to start hot in the first quarter? Great question. I think it really just comes down to, I mean, the beautiful part about this Jets defense has been their adjustments and them getting better as the game goes on. So maybe that's it. Garrett Wilson was my first pick. I picked him over T. Hill. So did I. Maybe I regret it, but we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about my regretment of that. TikTok, extend Bryce Huff. I agree. I believe in Joe Douglas, as we all should. 100 likes. We hit it. Let's go. By second quarter, it will be 25K Gang Green Stadium. Let's go. I love that. Are you going to the Black Friday game? No, I'm not going to. The only game I'm going to from here on out is against the Raiders. But I do have something in plan. I want to ask you guys. Anybody from the New York area, Long Island area, would be interested. I am potentially organizing an event for the Jets-Browns game to do a watch party Thursday Night Football, Week 17, at a bar where it'll be me, Jack, and all you guys coming, and we'll basically watch the game together, and I'll be doing a live stream during the game. I'm curious if I do organize that, who'll be interested to come, who's locally around the area, who's willing to travel. I haven't found out a spot yet, but that's something that I'm thinking of doing because that game could have a lot of implications, and I feel like getting people involved together would be freaking awesome. So let me know if anybody in the chat would be interested in that. Probably like Nassau County, Long Island. But I don't know. It's hard to plan these things without knowing if people will come. So we got some people interested. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, you could probably still come if you're underage. You just won't be able to drink. That's the thing. But we'll see. We shall see. If I do that, I will keep you guys in the loop. I will keep you guys in the loop. Some people are down. All right. Some people are down. That's all I need to know. Let's go. All right. That's good to know. Good to know. I want Gibson to get 5 to 7 touches. I agree. As a Steelers fan as well, I hope we, the Jets, smack the Browns for us Steelers. Me too. The Ravens are so hard to beat. Yeah, we don't got to verse them this year, luckily. I almost drafted Aaron Rodgers instead of Burrow. Yeah. Aaron at 39 holds onto the ball for way too long for his own good, and he doesn't have the juice to escape the pocket constantly. He's done athletically after his injury. Don't put anything past him. Don't put any limitations on my guy. Who are we rooting for this weekend? The Jets. I know there's a rooting guy that everyone follows every year, every week, but me personally, it's like, yo, the Jets take care of their business, everything will figure itself out. You feel me? Everything will figure itself out. If the Jets win their games, no matter what happens around the league, we get. Obviously, we're rooting for the Patriots to beat the Dolphins. We're rooting for the Buccaneers to beat the Bills. I mean, any NFC team versus the AFC, that's what you root for. But the reality is the Jets got to take care of their own business. I hated that last year we lost 6 straight games. We were relying on all the other teams to lose around us. Like, I hate that. Can we just win our own games and not have to worry about it? Come on now. Jets defense needs to start early. Yeah, it'll be good to actually get a 3 and out on the opening drive. I'm with you. Let's go Jets. That's the only game I care about on Sundays. Facts. Jets' keys to victory are don't play the Fins. Oh, I want to play the Fins so bad. You have no idea. I wish the Jets were playing Miami this week, honestly. But we'll wait till Black Friday. We'll wait. Facts, Richie. 9-2 over the stretch. L the Pats, L the Browns. I'll take that. I don't know, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Logan's going to the Dolphins game on Black Friday. Logan, good luck. That's going to be a crazy game. I don't know. Historically, Jets are bad after bye. Yes, this is true. As of late, the Jets have come out flat after their bye week. So let's hope that that will be squashed and the Jets can come out there with a dub. Zach with the $5. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Is the amount of time Jets D on the field sustainable over the season? I'm concerned they will get tired as season progresses. More injuries, thoughts. So the good news is last week, the time of possession was split down the middle. So the Jets defense was not on the field for too long. That's because the Jets offense actually was able to sustain a lot of drives. They were moving the ball. They just didn't capitalize in the red zone. So the next step is to continue, milk the clock on offense, give the defense their rest. So I don't think that's trending that direction. I think that that's not going to be a narrative anymore. Personally. Appreciate the $5, my man, as always. Will the refs keep effing up games? I hope they don't F up our game. I'll say that much. I want a little more offensive highlights. Reactions versus Giants. Yeah, I love that. I want more offensive highlights to react to, too. Yo, Richie, if any, who's the team that you're most worried about going forward on our schedule? For me, it's the Fins because I feel like they're going to play like their life is on it. The Browns scare me more because their defense, I honestly think we just match up so good against the Dolphins where they don't really scare me too much because the Dolphins' don't have a good defense. And if the Jets can contain the Dolphins offense enough, they have a chance to win that game. But the Browns defense is really good. And yeah. You're not going to the Dolphins game? I'm not going to the Dolphins game. I prioritize going live for games a lot now, so I don't go to a lot of games anymore. I feel like Coach Hack is doing a better job with Zach than I thought originally. Yeah, he's doing a decent job. He doesn't deserve a flower or a star, but I think that what he's been doing so far has been trending in the right direction. I think that if the weather is clear, we'll have a solid day on offense, finally get some red zone conversions, Zach Hackett meshing more and more. Yes, they are. It's a slow and steady progression with those two. Rodgers seems to be a good coach. Yeah, I mean, I look at Rodgers as a life coach in terms of just like how to go about your business. How do you appreciate every single day? What's your relationship with life? How do you handle it in a positive light? I mean, he's really into energy and really into manifestation and all those things, which I happen to be into in my own way of it as well. So I think Rodgers' presence is a superpower, as Salah mentioned, which is very true. I bought a ticket to New England game last week of the regular season. Haven't been to the States before, so it's my first time. Let's go. Love that. What can we get for Lawson? Nothing. We're not getting anything for Lawson, man. Realistically. Jets, Browns, Eagles, Niners, Cowboys are my current top five defenses. Could throw Ravens in there. Yeah, I think that's a good list. With Wilson, you basically got to worry about rain-wind games. Dude becomes unreliable in bad elements. Very true. He's not proved to be able to play good in those types of games. 110%. But when the elements are in our favor, we look like a good team with Zach Wilson. Is Jones playing? I prefer Jones over Taylor. Yeah, I honestly, the way I'm looking at it is I don't care who's playing at quarterback. The Jets got to win regardless. But we don't know the answer to this yet. Either way, whether it's Tyrod or Daniel Jones, the Jets offense needs to make sure, or excuse me, the Jets defense needs to make sure they make plays. I mean, regardless of who it is. Holy crap, we got a donation. Whoa. $100 from D. Michi, the great member of the channel who just shows unreal support. I can't thank you enough, dude. What the hell? Yo, man, just want to say thank you for all the content. One of my favorite YouTubers in general. Nothing but love. Man, go Jets. Dude, what the hell? Round of applause, first of all. Second of all, I don't think you understand how much this means to me. Like, I do this for a living, if you guys didn't know. This is my full-time gig. So any donations like this really helps out what I do, helps out the business. And, like, I can't thank you enough for this. The fact that you, number one, showing me this much appreciation and love towards me and my content makes me feel, okay, I'm actually doing something right. So thank you so much, man. I can't thank you enough. Everyone give my man some dono hype in the chat right now because this is a huge donation that goes a long way for the channel. Just know that every time I get a donation like this, it goes directly back in to the foundation of this business, which is creating content, hiring interns, hiring people to help me out. I'm in an office space, so I got rent to pay. I mean, it's a lot of fun things. So these donations really, really helps out so much more than you know. So thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much, bro. Can't thank you enough. I mean, seriously, crap. Where'd you get that hat from? This is the 47 brand, 47 website. I should be sponsored by them. James, I'm from Lindenhurst on the water. Let's go. Oh, I love that. All right, I got to get it done. I got to figure that out. I'm going to text my friend right now about it. All right, we'll see. Stay tuned, guys. We might be doing a Jets-Browns watch party from a bar, and I want all Jets fans there for it. So stay tuned. Might be announcing it. We'll find out. I will be in Vegas as well with Jake Asman. which is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of content from Las Vegas. But we got a game this week to talk about. This is the Giants week. More content to come throughout the week, folks. Let's go, Jets. I'm going to get out of here, folks. Thank you all so much for all the support. Smash that like button. We're this close to 20,000 subscribers, folks. 20,000. We're doing a 20K celebration on the channel whenever that does happen. So would appreciate all the support, guys. Peace and love as always. Jets Media's out of here. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's go, Jets. Peace out, everybody. Love you all.